Bowls, Hall of Fame. It was the second Super Bowl I did, 41. Vancouver, Rio, Pyeongchang. I think I've done 16 or 18 games in London.
Alan Roach is a man of many games and many names.
My birth name's Kelly Burnham. My first radio name was Kelly O'Shea, and I liked that one. There was two competing radio stations, and one had an announcer called O'Shea, and the other had an announcer whose name was Kelly, so they asked me to change my name. How we ever got to Alan Roach, I don't even really know. 99% of the people that know me today know me as Alan Roach.
Vikings fans, welcome back to U.S.
Bank Stadium. Do you know who I am?
Minnesota.
Kind of, only because I just heard.
It's nice that I'm not seen, and I enjoy not being seen. But it's a great feeling, like at the grocery store, would you like paper or plastic? And I just say, plastic's fine. And, you know, oh, are you the
greatest voice in the history of public address announcing?
And now we go to stadium public address announcer Alan Roach.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight you will see decades of pro football's very best. Now, let's kick off the National Football League season tonight with the 2021 NFL preseason opener.
Every time I sit down in my chair to announce a game, I think about how lucky I am to be there. Most people, they could dream of being at one Super Bowl in their lifetime, and yet I get to go to multiple Super Bowls and go every year.
Alan Roach has been the public address announcer for more Super Bowls than Tom Brady's played in, more Olympics than Michael Phelps has swam in.
Knowing that I was going to Russia, I didn't want to be messed with. So I made my credential photo look as mean as I could.
And most mega sports events in between.
His nickname says it all. A menacing linebacker for the Houston Oilers, Dr. Doom.
I used to get asked that question all the time. What's the one thing you want to do you've never announced? And it was an easy answer. I would love to do the World Cup. 3 years ago, I got that call. So how do you spell Kelly Burnham in Russian? There you go. That's Kelly Burnham right there.
You hear his voice, you're at a special event, period.
Cleveland, are you ready for the NFL Draft?
I have been at so many great moments, it's impossible to pick one. Joe Sakic handing the Stanley Cup to Ray Bourque. One of the most iconic moments, I think, ever in hockey. David Tyree catching the football on his helmet. The Patriots coming back from 28-3.
They have completed the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history.
I mean, the list just goes on and on. It's impossible to pick a favorite moment.
While he gets to travel the world to cover the biggest sporting events, maybe his greatest joy is being the announcer for his hometown team.
The 32-yard line. To be a part of the Minnesota Vikings, a team that I have loved since I was 3 years old. Words can't describe how I felt the first time I sat in the chair here and said,
Head coach Mike Zimmer and our Minnesota Vikings.
He always idolized Alan Page, but Roach aspired to be like a different football legend.
John Facenda.
It was fiercely fought, but frightfully flawed.
I have some CDs that I sent to NFL Films with me basically pretending to be John Facenda.
A word of warning to the NFL. Beware the rookie.
I don't think you guys ever called me back.
Jameer Howard.
He's not the voice of God, but some hear similarities.
Super Bowl 40. It was during rehearsal. Stevie Wonder said, "Wow, I didn't know we were going to have God here announcing us today." That was a thrill. I wish I had that recorded.
Roach found his calling at a minor league baseball game he attended as a fan in 1990.
A friend asked me to go, and that friend happened to know the assistant GM of the Sky Sox.
With no prior announcing experience, he was offered the opportunity to sub in for a series for the PA announcer who was on vacation. Like the story of Lou Gehrig and Wally Pipp, the rest is history.
After the Sunday, came to me and said, "You're pretty good. If you'd like the job, it's yours." Some old Colorado Rockies moments.
It didn't take long before Roach was called up to the big leagues to be the stadium voice of the Colorado Rockies.
I'll give you a couple of my favorite names from the Rockies in the Wayback Machine. Right fielder, number 33, Larry Walker. And of course, the one that probably I got more comments about than any other, right fielder, Dante Bichette. There's the first Super Bowl, Super Bowl 40. My first Super Bowl, and I'm announcing the Rolling Stones, I thought, well, there's never, ever going to be anything that tops this. And the great thing about Super Bowls is each Super Bowl kind of tops the last one.
You can also hear Roach in video games as the stadium announcer in Madden and MLS stadium announcer in FIFA. But the job he gets asked about most might surprise you.
Please keep clear and hold on for departure to all seat gates.
Roach's voice has greeted travelers on the train at Denver International Airport since 2007. So, how does the ultimate public speaker feel when he hears his voice on the train?
Most often, I like to wear headphones or something so I can't hear myself.
Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium, home of our Minnesota Vikings.
I think most people, when they record their voice and hear it back, they don't like it. It's really not that different for me.
Though world-renowned, being heard and not seen means he's rarely recognized. That is, until he speaks.
Super Bowl 32 MVP who made it.
There's hardly a place I go where I don't meet somebody that figures out who I am, that doesn't say, hey, will you record my voicemail? I've had people say, you're the best announcer in the world, or the best person in the world at what you do. That's humbling, meaningful. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Let's throw it out to our PA announcer, Alan Roach.
And now, direct your attention to the field for the presentation of the Vince Lombardi Trophy.